Welcome back to the 3D Mechanical Design channel. Today we're jumping into CSWA Practice Level 9, Task 9.1, and this time we're working at the assembly level. That's a step up from part modeling because now we're focusing on how multiple components come together and behave as a single mechanism. I've provided a zip file for this exercise. Inside, you'll find 3 SOLIDWORKS part files and 1 PDF. The PDF contains the actual task, so let's open that up and take a closer look. Here we've got an assembly drawing of a pair of pliers. The goal is to correctly assemble all 3 components based on the given design. Pay attention to the units. We're working in IPS, inch, pound, second. One key requirement here is to place the plier handle base at the origin. This is critical because it defines how the rest of the components will be positioned and constrained. As you build the assembly, you'll be using standard mates like Coincident, Concentric, and angle mates to fully define the relationships between the parts. Think about how the pliers should move and align. That will guide your mate selection. To verify your final result, you're given the center of mass coordinates. This is a great way to check if your assembly is accurate. Now, let's go back to the folder we opened earlier. Before we move on, just a quick reminder. You can download the 3D model using the link in the description below. I post new videos every week, so if you're into SOLIDWORKS practice and CSWA prep, make sure to subscribe. And if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like it and drop a comment. It really helps support the channel. Alright, let's keep going. As I mentioned earlier, we're working with 3 SOLIDWORKS part files for this assembly. Now let's select all 3 files, right-click, and choose Open. We're opening them all at once to save time later when inserting components into the assembly. Next, go ahead and create a new assembly. Before doing anything else, always check your units. This is critical for CSWA exams. Make sure you're set to IPS, inch, pound, second. Now activate the assembly and click Insert Components. In the dialog box, you'll see the 3 parts we just opened. You can simply drag and drop them into the assembly workspace. Let's start with the plier handle base, since its origin needs to align with the assembly origin. This part will define the overall positioning of the rest of the components. Once inserted, you'll notice a small F next to the part name. This means the component is fixed. SOLIDWORKS automatically fixes the first inserted component at the origin, but it's always a good idea to verify that everything is aligned correctly. You can control this manually. Right-click on the part and select Float. This allows you to move it freely. Now we'll properly align it. Select the origin of the assembly and the origin of the part, then apply a coincident mate. Click OK. At this point, the first component is fully positioned and locked in place exactly as required by the drawing. This step is important because every other part in the assembly will reference this base component. Now let's bring in the second part, the plier handle. Go ahead and place it roughly next to the first component. Don't worry about perfect positioning at this stage. Mates will take care of that. Start by selecting the holes on both parts. Then apply a concentric mate to align them. This will position the handle correctly around the pivot. On the right side, you'll notice 2 arrows. These let you flip the mate alignment. In this case, we do need to flip it, so just click the arrow until the orientation matches the drawing. If you don't see those arrows, no problem. Go to the mate in the Feature Manager. Right-click it and choose Edit Feature. This opens the same options, including the ability to flip the alignment and adjust positioning. Next, let's stabilize the handle further. Select the inner faces of the two parts and apply a coincident mate. This removes unwanted movement and keeps the parts properly aligned. Now for the final step on this component, we need to control the opening position. Select the two faces that define the angle between the handles, apply an angle mate, and set it to 40 degrees. Click OK. And that's it. The second part is now fully defined and matches the assembly drawing. Now let's go back to Insert Components and bring in the final part, the plier joint, into our assembly. Position it roughly in place, then start defining it with mates. First, select the cylindrical face and the hole in the handle and apply a concentric mate. This aligns the rotation properly. Next, select the inner face of the joint and the outer face of the plier head, then apply a coincident mate to lock it into position. Click OK. And just like that, the assembly is fully defined. Now let's verify everything. Go to Evaluate, Mass Properties. See the center of mass values. X equals 1.57. Y equals 0.57. Z equals 0. These match the values from the drawing, which means the assembly is correct. Great! Task 9.1a is complete. Now let's move on to task 9.1b. The geometry stays the same, but there's one key difference: the angle between the handles. We need to change it to 8 degrees. To do that, go to the Mate folder, find your angle mate, right-click, and choose Edit Feature. Simply change the value from 40 degrees to 8 degrees. Then click OK. You'll see the pliers close accordingly. Let's run the check again. Go back to Mass Properties, and now the center of mass are X equals 1.89. Y equals 0.13. Z equals 0. Again, these match the drawing perfectly, so everything is correct. Nice work. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you prepare for the CSWA exam, don't forget to like and support the channel. I'll see you in the next one.